What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Legion on Zoom. This is the Ches from an undisclosed, above the radar, hint, hint, location.
He's in Russia. He's in Russia. But he just doesn't want you all to know. But he's fucking Russia. I'm not, and I'm Miguel. Hello, everybody.
And I'm Rod. What's up? Yo, you're in the red room.
Yo,
right now.
You guys
you're an agent.
are horrible at keeping secrets.
Yo, bro, so they removed
and then it got more specific as it went. He's in Russia in the red room.
Yo, and so then like they removed your uterus and shit, bro. Damn, man.
Fuck. Or is he the one? Is he the one removing uteruses, or would it be like uterus-y?
Yeah,
something?
facts. Yeah, because obviously I can't be part of the program because I'm a male.
So you say.
Yeah,
but like,
it is 2021. But moving forward, fans, today we have an MCU extravaganza for you. Bunch of crazy shit. The What If trailer dropped, which first we're gonna fucking watch it and then get into it because I'm not even gonna tell you the type of shit that's in there. It's fucking bananas. Then we're gonna hop into some Loki, and then we're gonna go into some Black Widow. Clearly, this episode we got paid by Disney.
Yes, we hope so. Shit. And for all of you out there, like, we're gonna stop right now, go watch the fucking trailer. But hopefully you're following us on social media, on Instagram at Legion on Zoom, on Twitter at Legion on Zoom. It's not very hard to fucking find. Give us a follow, share the love, and watch the trailer with us.
And on YouTube, of course.
Of course.
Exactly.
You'll watch the trailer reaction on YouTube. You know, because we post the trailers on our social medias, but YouTube doesn't let us post the trailers, so we don't do that there. But you can watch us watching it and everything, like what you're watching right now. Yeah, if you're on YouTube right now, you're seeing us. Hi.
Yeah,
thanks.
and I haven't seen this yet, so I'm stoked.
Word. And if you want an in-depth look at the Red Room, also go watch this episode on YouTube.
Yes.
And now for the What If trailer. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Activate the Zoom tube.
We'll be right back. Holy fucking shit. That is awesome. There was so much to unpack there. The one thing that passed through my mind was DC's kind of shitting their pants because the mouse is getting into animation.
Yo, I was thinking the same thing, right? Because DC, that's definite to be. It's been their strength consistently, right? Like their animated films are great. You may not love all of them the same amount, but they're good, right? They're all great. They're all entertaining. They're well done. And now a Disney Marvel is getting into the animation, and this looked dope. Like I wasn't a huge fan of some of the animation at some points, but overall it looked awesome. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so it drops next month. I'm curious about how many episodes it's going to be and how long the episodes are going to be. I wonder if that info's out there already.
Yeah, man, because like there's just so much to unpack in there that you can't just help but think about how much of it like is there going to be, you know, like especially like fleshed out, if at all. Because all right, from some of the stuff I read before we watched the trailer, it was Peggy Carter as Captain Britain. Or as Captain United Kingdom. I don't know how it would go. Captain.
No, she's gonna be. Isn't
Captain
she gonna
Carter?
Be Captain America? No, or right?
No,
like...
she was clearly sporting a full body British flag.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
That was not Captain America.
She fights for the Queen.
Yeah, facts. I think it's Captain Carter. But like, damn, that's epic.
That's epic.
Then
go ahead. Now I was gonna say we also get a peek at the Watcher because we haven't seen a proper Uatu so far in the MCU. We did get a post credits, right? In Guardians, I think
it was a post credits or the cameo with Stan Lee.
Yeah, is it with Watchers?
Yeah, it was with Watchers,
yeah.
like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah. So they're out there, they exist, and so
but they haven't gotten there. I guess with the Fantastic Four coming up, that's where they'll save all that lore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, just to answer, because you were asking, so the first season is going to be 10 episodes, and apparently a second season is going to be also, you know, it's already been greenlit or something, and it has going to be 10 episodes. I don't know how long, but 10 episodes, that's not bad. Because even just thinking everything we saw, I'm sure everything is a unique, like we Captain Carter, right? The Black Panther, Guardian of the Galaxy one, the Doctor Strange one, and the list goes on.
Yeah, they can't fuck with DC though. Come on, DC has mad movies and shows, and they're all fucking awesome. Well, not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah, when he
Marvel
says
has
a
been out of the
broad statement.
game. Like I don't even know what Marvel has out currently. Like I know they had their Avengers cartoon.
Yeah,
Right.
and their cartoons have gotten, I think, at least either I got older or they really I did get older, obviously, but like I still appreciate the shit. But like or they also got more like I don't know, like in like childish, you know, like I don't know, because I used to love their cartoons. Like that first Avengers animated one was really good, and then the next ones were like, they're okay. The same thing with the Spider-Man ones.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the like I think is the latest Spider-Man one, and it's pretty cool because it's like
Oh.
a science tutorial. Like they squeeze that in. So it's like a Bill Nye show, but starring
Oh,
Spider-Man. I thought that was really cool. I'm like, okay, you're making it different than everything else and kind of educational and shit. So kids
yes.
could learn and all that.
Dude, I'm just trying to process all the shit that was in there. So we got also T'Challa with the Marauders.
Ravagers.
Oh yeah, with you. Wait, who are the Marauders?
They're an X-Men
X-Men.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So we got T'Challa with the Ravagers. Apparently, I saw some zombies in there too. Then I also saw, and I think that was Chris Hemsworth that was also voicing Thor. That sounded like him, but I'm not too sure if that was him. That was just such a busy fucking trailer.
Yeah, even with that, this is gonna be, I think, the last thing that Chadwick Boseman, rest in power, did as fucking Black Panther, the king. So that's gonna be good to hear him one last time.
Oh, they like just pulling at the heartstrings. Damn you, Disney! Damn you! Damn you! Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and we saw that whole thing with Killmonger saving Iron Man. So it's like, what is that universe?
As soon as I saw that, but then it would be like, how did Killmonger get there in the first place? You know what I mean? But you can't help but wonder how that would go in the dude. Like, it's too crazy. And I just wonder also, how long are these episodes going to be? Or did you say that earlier and I wasn't listening? Because you said it was 10 episodes, right?
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know that yet. Or at least I couldn't find it. Yeah.
If it's an hour, it'd be cool. But...
yeah, at least 30, right? So exactly.
You imagine if it's like 45 minutes to an hour episodes, yo.
God
that'd
damn.
be crazy. Yeah. Oh, so like, as you guys were talking, I found like a little list of Easter eggs. So it's like we also got like Thor versus Ultrons in Madripoor. Like just a whole bunch. Yeah, dude, like it was nuts, man.
Oh, right. One of the Ultron one is supposed to be that what happened if he does capture Vision's body, and so it's like Ultron in Vision's body, which is the goal of Age of Ultron. Like, damn, I'm looking forward to that.
And then all the way from the after credits video from I forgot which Thor movie, Howard the Duck. We got some Howard the Duck going on.
That's from the Guardians of the Galaxy, no?
Yeah.
James Gunn included him.
And then to tie things into what we're getting into next, it was an army of Lokis.
Oh, whoa! I don't remember seeing that. I gotta rewatch that.
Yeah, dude, there was legit an army of Lokis, like straight up. Like he had like he was there with like an army like of his guardians, or would look like also a bunch of other Lokis too. But it was definitely like I saw Loki in the trailer, which is pretty fucking nuts.
Yo, that is dope. Yo, but something I was mentioning that I want to get straight because you were kind of shooting it down, Ches. I was thinking, is this show basically gonna be like a window into the multiverse in a way within Marvel? Like it depends on how they tell this the stories, no? What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, from my knowledge, like the what if stories in the comics, they're just like what ifs. Like, hey, we were spitballing. We just wanted to get this on paper and record. Like, look, it'd be cool if this happened. And I think that that's the same approach that they're going to take. Unless they do some crazy shit where like, hey, this is what's out there. We're never going to work on it. But like, you know what I mean? I think this is just like them saying, these are some cool projects that we've thought about.
Word. Like each episode ends with the TVA stepping in and like capturing whatever variant started that alternate timeline. That'd be kind of corny, though.
That'd be
nah. I'm with it. That's how it ends every episode.
They are kind of like frauds, though, right? Like this is what we're learning. But I mean, I jump ahead, though.
Well, right.
But I'm talking about the TVA since you bring it up. If everyone who listens to us weekly, as you should, I called it in their last episode. The TVA sent Loki to the end of time. Just for the record, I had called that. I said it verbatim.
As I was editing, I'm like, oh shit, he got it.
I All right, but don't get
Let's
ahead.
keep
Don't get ahead,
score.
bro. We're gonna get into the Loki review, but right now people are watching our trailer
They
reaction.
want to know. Yeah, they want to know
Yep.
what's going on with this what if. Yeah, it's. I mean, I thought. Okay, I think it's a combination of what both you guys are saying.
Right.
Like, I don't know if it's like, for example, I don't know if you can pull one of these what if characters into the main MCU continuity because they're coming from a cartoon. Like, for example, like, would we ever see that Agent of Carter or Captain UK like in an MCU scenario? Like, that would be cool.
I
Maybe
think
for the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness stuff, that's when they'll get pulled. You know, we'll see.
exactly, and I think it depends on how they approach the multiverse in the MCU, right? Because, like, yeah, you're right, Chess. In the comic books, the what if comic books were never really meant to be the multiverse. They're just like these Elseworld type stories, type like DC. But what's different, right? Because whenever DC does those type of stories, they are multiverse, no, and that they've made the multiverse canon in their storytelling, but it's a finite number of multiverses until I think recently now they made it bigger or something, but there's like it's not infinite for sure. But with Marvel, the multiverse isn't as structured, and it seems that it is infinite. You know, you can always just have, like, when the Spider-Verse stories happen in the comic books, they just bring out random fucking Spider-Man, Spider-Women, Spider-Robots, and they just add numbers from like what planet they're from, what Earth, what they're from, and it's like whatever. So I'm thinking they might do something like this, right? Because it might not matter. Like, we might not need to see Peggy Carter as Captain UK or Captain Carter in the actual, but we just know that exists because it's the multiverse. So that means like anything can be fucking possible.
Or her name is Captain Colonialism. Stay woke.
They fucking
Queen.
They colonized the US again or something. Like, she brought it back.
Yeah, I mean, you never know though, because at the end of the day, we really don't know what the fuck is gonna happen in that Doctor Strange movie. It, like, anything. Maybe he could get, like, there could be a scene where he gets a bunch of visions or something happens and he sees everything in the what ifs. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Like,
and I just found out that Watu the Watcher is gonna be voiced by none other than Jeffrey Wright. That we will know him in the
James
upcoming
Corden?
the Batman film, and we also see him in Westworld. So that's dope.
Yeah, that's epic as fuck, dude. His voice was like super epic. That is, like, I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited, and I'm shocked that it's gonna get more than one season. Like, damn, how crazy are they planning to go?
Yeah.
Like,
does that mean that he'll be Uatu in like the MCU proper? That would be the tie that binds this show to the movies and stuff.
Right.
That would be dope. That'd be pretty cool. Because maybe it's just like a whole nother section of the multiverse, which is insane. Yeah. This shit could go off the rails. I'm in.
I'm with it. Yes. Well, we're looking forward to it. When does it come out? You Rod, you got that? You were saying that
it was August 11th. I thought I saw. Is that what I saw?
All right.
Might be the same week as Suicide Squad, which is also coming out like early August.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's going to be an action-packed fucking August. And
just like this week was, because we got a bomb Loki episode, and then we got an awesome fucking MCU movie in Black Widow. So let's start with Loki, Journey into Mystery, episode 5. All right, thoughts, gentlemen.
Dude, this episode it felt like a fucking Marvel movie, straight up. This is the closest I think we've been to an MCU movie of an episode. Like, I was in awe. Like, it was just so crazy. The visuals were nuts. Just hearing the different stories of the different Lokis. And let's keep it real. If they had Alligator Loki in the original canon, Thanos wouldn't have been able to snap his fingers because he would have bit his hand and he would have saved the world. I want to put that out there.
He could bite through the gauntlet. Damn.
Yes, I
Weak
thoroughly.
gauntlet.
Strong ass Alligator Loki.
Yo, no, but I agree. I love this episode. For me, it felt like fucking finally we got an episode that was good from beginning to end, and exactly felt like we're at the fucking theater right now watching the latest MCU flick, and I loved it. But it's one of those things that it also then makes me pissed off because I'm like, fucking, like, finally, like, and there's like what, one episode left, right? Or
yeah, man.
Come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's the usual like formula for these shows so far, though. The last two are the big movie.
Yeah, I
Right?
was thinking
So
about
this,
that. Like the initial episodes be whack on the low.
no, I mean, doesn't it start high, then kind of drop a little bit in the middle, then rise back up? At least that's how I felt about. Well, like WandaVision started low and went up
See?
gradually.
Nah, bros. To you, I loved WandaVision from the beginning, and also I love Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was like fun and action packed. I've enjoyed those two series way more than I enjoyed Loki. Like I'm really
Really?
just
Oh
yeah.
no!
No,
Okay,
you
bro.
wildin'.
I'm on
Whoa,
the
whoa,
opposite
You
okay.
end of that.
wildin'.
Let's get into this. Let's get into this because you're mad
All right.
wrong. I'm in the red room. You're wrong.
All right, yeah, I thought this was epic because all right, spoilerific, obviously.
Obviously.
So we know at the end of episode 4 that Loki gets trapped.
Wait. Spoiler alert here.
Spoiler alert!
Okay, go ahead.
Boom. So at the end of episode 4, we know that Loki gets transported to, like Chess called it, the end of time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's when he meets 4 other Lokis in this, post-apocalyptic planet, which may or may not be Earth. And then like Sylvie, to get to him, also transports herself. And before that, I jumped ahead a little bit. We get an intro to all these different Lokis, which was pretty
Word.
cool. I already have a favorite, like all-time Loki from this episode, and it's President Loki. I think that's the pinnacle of Loki. Like his look, the few lines he had were all great. Just Tom Hiddleston being like the ultimate Loki. But yeah.
Yo, but how ultimate is he if he got his hand fucking chomped off because of
By
the
who?
alligator Loki?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
Now he's gonna be
He-
badass with a hook or something.
Nah, he lost my respect with that in that moment.
Damn.
I'm like, really? You couldn't kick the alligator, bro, or something? Like, I don't know, because it's not even a big one. It's a tiny alligator, right? Like, what the hell?
First off, it's an Asgardian alligator. So
Or a
put some
frost
respect-
giant alligator, right?
Word,
Technically, that-
exactly. Look at that. It's some other realmly gator type thing. You're bugging. Stop trying to play alligator Loki. And anyway, and hearing all their stories were pretty cool. So the fans get a quick idea. So when the variants get pruned is because they did something they weren't supposed to. Kid Loki killed Thor.
Yo.
We're not just gonna gloss over that. Like
Yo.
he fucked up the whole thing. Like he
Yo,
killed
and
Thor.
I love how he said it. Like they're all kind of sharing their stories in this scene, right? A little bit about like what did they do to get to this point? What was their like the branching thing, right? That's what they're
Yeah.
asking about. And Kid Loki's all serious and shit. He's like, I killed Thor. It's like, and then everyone's just kind of quiet, like, okay.
Which means that like them playing as children or like him as a kid consciously killed another kid. So don't fuck with that kid.
Yeah. And did he kill Kid Thor with that sword that he gave to Loki? Can
Exactly.
you imagine? It's
Yo,
like a Thor killing sword that Loki.
That's what I-
Anyway, let
that's-
me stop.
Yeah, that's
Happy
what I
Sergio.
assume.
Oh.
And then boastful Loki, which I'm gonna believe because if I'm not mistaken, boastful means you brag, but not that you lie.
Yeah,
This motherfucker won. His fuck up was that he won. Like,
right.
he defeated Thanos, defeated the Avengers, has a golden Mjolnir, and had the Infinity Stones, and the TVA straight hating, yo. Damn. I heard that. I was like, I want to see that movie.
Yes.
Fuck, bro. And then who knows what the fuck alligator? He probably like ate Odin or some shit. You don't know.
Ate the whole universe or some shit like that. I don't know.
They even question whether or not he's actually a Loki.
Not because like they just go with it. Hence, respect.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then I really love the fucking classic Loki, no? The old man Loki.
Word. My bad. I
Like-
forgot his story. That's crazy. I forgot to mention history. Go ahead.
Yo, word. His story was cool because also it felt a little bit like they were making fun at fucking the Russo brothers, for the Infinity War, right? He died in Infinity War, not Endgame. And the way Loki died, right? Because like first there's two comments that he makes because like I think classic Loki tells our Loki variant like why do you carry daggers or stuff like that? He's like because they're cool, and then he responded like because they're cool until you drop them on the floor and they snap your neck. It's like oh shit, like okay, because that's what happened in fucking Infinity War. Like he tried to stab fucking Thanos, this godlike creature with fucking already more godlike powers with it, and he tries to stab him. Like that's not very Loki-ish. And then he says, like, how did he survive that? He did what most fan theories say that could have happened, that he did in an illusion of himself that was so real that Thanos believed that he killed him, and that he just then ran away and basically lived alone from like a coward, basically. But that was cool to see.
Which I don't think it was like a coward, because he did what two epic ass characters come to mind. One, because he retreated into solitude and just thought, like, like he sought wisdom essentially. So he pulled the Dr. Manhattan, and he pulled a Bender from Futurama.
Yes.
Because two people who have gone into solitude and become borderline gods, like in their because of said solitude. But yeah, anyway, but like that was
and
so
Alan
epic.
Moore too. Don't forget him.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Another epic character who went into solitude to achieve apotheosis,
To shun humanity.
OD. Yeah, but like he thought his way to being good, I guess, in a way, because he's a bit of a nihilist on the low. I'm not gonna front, but like I got those vibes. But you can tell he actually thought himself out of that weird like bit of a like frivolous, mischievous mindset. Like,
Oh yeah.
you get what I'm trying to say? Like he stopped being a Loki.
Right. And what was interesting with that, actually, so I think there's something there in terms of the plot detail that we should pay attention to, right? Because obviously we know one, right? Let's just put our Pepe Sylvia fucking board up, man. And it's like, we know the TBA is bullshit, right? We know they're not real. They're led by, we're going to find out it has to motherfucking be Kang, or we're rioting. But why, right? Like, why is Kang forcing this timeline, right? And what does it have to do with Loki so integral? Because, for instance, because with him, right, with this classic Loki, he was left alone, it seems, for years. He just stayed away. Like, he said that he went away and stayed on a planet and then just was by himself, as you said, in fucking thought.
Maybe centuries, yo. Like,
yeah, and then he said ultimately that he missed his brother, and that's why he's like, fuck it, let me go back. And then the moment he stepped off of the planet, he was picked up by the TBA, right? So it's like, so it feels like, as long as you don't interfere, maybe they'll leave you alone. Like, what's happening? What does Loki do, like, in the timeline or something, that then Kang get pisses Kang off or something? I thought that was interesting.
Bro, that's a massive point, because if you look at the duality of it, so if he does everything he's supposed to, that's like super crazy and fucked up and mischievous, the TVA doesn't interfere. If he does nothing, the TVA doesn't interfere. That's like it, like exactly like if you look at that, because they only interfere when they have to. So the moment that he thought himself to being a good guy, essentially, like thought himself out of being a Loki and like became like a genuine good god, I guess, for lack of a better term, and went to seek out Thor. Stop, what are you doing? Because him seeking out his brother in that mindset would have stopped Thor from maybe becoming Thor.
Or like, yeah, exactly. Or goes like what Rod was saying too, because it might be those two things. It might be like either you're like completely the good Loki, or you can be the complete evil Loki, and either or they try to stop you, right? Because we got President Loki, which, like Rod said, looked like fucking peak evil Loki, and then Kid Loki killed Thor. So they're like immediately, well, you're too much. You're too intense.
All right,
you gotta
and is the TVA specifically created to mess with Loki? Because it seems like that's all they do, right? Is battle Lokis. Because that whole post-apocalyptic world was, I thought for a second that was a variant Thor, boastful Loki, but no, that was another Loki.
Word, I thought the same thing.
And I think his President Loki's whole gang were all Lokis.
Yes,
so
they were.
So the only non-Loki people, or was just Mobius.
Mobius, yeah.
Right? Is he the only non-Loki?
I mean,
but we do get, so I'm glad you bring this up, because now this is the next other very cool thing that might have been hard to watch in the moment if you've only seen the episode once, but then watch it again, and then you get to also go online, and everybody's been posting about this shit. We'll post something too. But like, there are Easter eggs of other characters and other shit throughout this wasteland end of time Earth. For instance, we get a scene where we get Yellow Jacket's fucking head. And it seems in giant size too. So he was able to become a giant with the pin particles, and then the head was there. So
I missed that.
So Jello Jacket, there's a variant of him, right? That something happened. We also have one of the biggest ones was the Living Tribunal, the head of the living, the three faces.
Get the fuck out of here!
Were there
Deep cuts.
in a freaking like fossilized almost way, you know, not very living, right? Obviously, this thing's is fucking dead tribunal.
Like, a quick explanation for the fans, because that's insanely epic. So the Living Tribunal is deep cuts the fucking event that was what was it, like the maybe like the late 90s, early 2000s, Marvel versus DC. So essentially the Living Tribunal, I think, is like the second most powerful power in the cosmos. He's what the Spectre to DC is to Marvel. So like he's like it, like beyond him is only like the one above in like the hierarchical order of power. That's fucking nuts.
Yo, the description on the Marvel wiki is the Living Tribunal was a vastly powerful humanoid cosmic entity who existed as long as the universe itself, and its function is to safeguard the multiverse. Damn.
Fuck.
Yo, but he was dead. Yes, no, exactly. So then when he was dead, and then we also got a Thanos copter. This is some classic old school fucking like late 70s, early 80s Marvel comic books that Thanos actually flew in a little helicopter that said Thanos on the side to it, and it was there. So see, we're seeing that other people have been pruned, not just Loki's. Oh, and the other one, I don't know if you guys noticed when they were going into their lair, you know, and we saw Thor frog.
Yeah, so frog for the little jar.
Yeah. So Thor was fucking he's pruned the frog, I think it's called.
Fuck, that's crazy. And so let me get this straight. So in that timeline, that Thanos' only error was that he was finna be lit. Like he wanted a copter with his name on it. Like he's just trying to be lit in life, and they were like, nah. You don't get a helicopter with your name.
Yeah,
on
and he has like these huge spaceships and like Endgame and Infinity War. He's like, nah, I want a helicopter
with the name on it.
Yo, what did he accomplish with that copter that they were like, yo, we gotta stop him? Let's just give him his fucking spaceships. Actually, speaking of spaceships, they also had a helicarrier in one of the scenes as well, and like in this Earth. And they had the what is it called? The Ronan the Accuser's ship from the Guardians of the Galaxy 1. So that's there too. So we've gotten quite a few fucking people pruned. But so the key thing though, because remember, then they have Alioth, right? That's a big thing in this end of the time that destroys everything and eats everything. And the Lokis kind of commented that they're the only ones that survive. So I'm thinking maybe they survive that. Everybody else get pruned and then they die by Alioth. But they're the ones, and that's why there's still so many fucking Lokis around.
Which is wild because I forgot where I saw this, but Alioth wasn't like strictly like it wasn't created just for the show. Like it's apparently like an old comic book creation.
Yes, exactly. It is. It's apparently temporal limbo is called. It's Alioth the Usurper was created back in the fucking days. I'm trying to figure out exactly. Oh, by Mark Grunwald and Mike Gustovich back, I think, in their old school Thor runs. And it's another character that's tied to fucking Kang himself, man. Alioth is the first being who broke free from the constraints of time. And his empire is larger than that of Kang himself, apparently, stretching billions of years, shit like that. So I'm sure it might be something related like that. Like, I don't know. But that's Alioth exists in the fucking comic book. And it looks like that. It's just fucking purple fucking smoke.
Bro, I think we might see Kang in that castle, yo.
Has to be. Or Mephisto. Mephisto or Kang. Call it
or Kang and Mephisto.
Oh, yo, imagine. Yes.
Fuck.
Yo, one last big fucking Kang nod. Yo, bros. It has to be Kang or we fucking riot, motherfuckers. Is that so? Remember, there was also a moment where we saw Avengers Tower kind of destroyed in the background as well in this fucking end of the time place. If you notice that it doesn't say Avengers Tower, it says Kang, whatever. It's Kang. That's probably how it's pronounced. It's Qeng, Kang. All right. So in the comic books, I think this was during Mark Waid's run on the Avengers, the all new, all different Avengers run, Kang Enterprises belonged to Mr. Gryphon, who's another Kang from fucking like not the multiverse, from the different moments in his time, that he ended up buying the Avengers Tower from Tony Stark and made it into the Kang Industries shit. So we see that fucking building there. So Kang is related to something, but why would Kang prune himself though, right? So, but well, he does do that, right? I think in the comic books, he does try to attack other versions of himself throughout the timeline. It gets confusing.
Yes, it's too much for me. I'm not ready.
Well, yo, by the way, the fact that you knew that whole string of words that you just like spit out, fuck.
Yeah, I confused.
Yeah,
I'm tired. I'm not sleeping. I'm just falling, trying to put all this together.
This is like that Matrix Reloaded scene when Neo goes into the room with the architect and he has all the screens. Like they're gonna walk into this little house and it's gonna be like some crazy maybe Kang moment or multiple Kangs or Liu Kang.
And another thing you mentioned that for that actually, because I've been seeing a lot of people have been calling, because when we saw at the end of this episode, right, Elias is enchanted and it's opened up and we see this kingdom, you know, primarily a castle in the center, very kind of like Dracula's castle kind of thing. Apparently, a lot of people online are calling it Chronopolis. And Chronopolis is Immortus Kang's fucking main, you know, headquarters in the fucking future. Like, come on.
Dude, maybe that's what maybe that's what they meant by this is going to be the most consequential movie because it's going to show the next villain. And since at the end of the day, Kang is so like powerful because like even for all the fuckery that happened to a time in DC, you know, like with Zoom and the Flash, Kang is on some other shit. Like he's all about outside of time and like it's crazy, man. Like it's bugged out. I'm seeing it. You're right. That's crazy. Yeah. You're like, I don't see how fucking Occam's razor as fuck. I don't see how it cannot be Kang.
Let me stop you. Wait, hold on. Wait, so who's more
I'm trying to stop me.
Who's more epic? Zoom or Kang? And before you answer, just know that this response is brought to you by the drink of the week.
Yes, exactly. So before we decide who's more epic, Kang or Zoom, we are enjoying this marvelous fucking marble week of all these awesome shit with Superhero Sidekicks IPA by fucking KCBC, the Kings County Brewers Collective, local shit, Brooklyn, New York. This IPA is fucking delicious. I got this specifically because I would drink this a lot at the Alamo Draft House, which I'm glad you guys are open now thanks to the COVID fucking pandemic kind of getting a little bit under control to go see movies. And we recently, the guys got together to watch the Black Widow movie. And I enjoyed this sucker as we watched it and plenty other stuff. So Superhero Sidekicks IPA, KCBC, what's up? We love you guys. Good drinks. Give us a shout out. And we're going to decide who's cooler, fucking more epic, Kang or
also,
Zoom.
You guys have the best label of any beer
ever
I have ever seen on the planet.
It's like holographic, right? Or is
bro, it's action packed.
Since they started making beer in the 1700s in America to today, July 11th, 2021, that is the coolest label on any beer container.
Yo, I want to read a story about these guys.
Yeah.
In the group, man.
Shout out to the artist who drew that, and we will interview you here on the LOC.
Please,
let's hit him up. Yes,
that art is dope. But yeah, Kang.
Kang.
All right, fuck both of you. In other news, though, apparently Kevin Feige, because we're gonna jump. Oh wait, let's not jump ahead. We still got to review Loki, right?
Right.
So let's drop our reviews first. I'll go first. All right. So I think that it might have been the best episode so far, or at least the second best episode. The best being the first. This one made me feel like, okay, first of all, the whole Lamentis arc made me think Final Fantasy right off the rip. This one really brought that sci-fi fantasy feeling to this show, where Loki, he has a sword and he's battling this dragon, and his enchantress, like, you know, girlfriend is doing magics, and then you have like the elder Loki, and he's doing epic sorcery.
He made
epic. I was blown away the whole and then President Loki, the whole episode, it was kind of slapstick. It was like kind of Schumacher-esque, this whole fight amongst this, like all these Lokis.
Word, yeah.
The whole thing was great. I'm gonna go ahead. I think this might be the best episode. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yes. I'm gonna follow suit. I fucking loved it. This is exactly the kind of stuff I've been wanting to watch, especially from this show. Especially like I'm saying, I have not been enjoying the series as much as I did WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now I'm hooked. Too bad it's gonna end, but yeah, I give this episode a 9 too.
I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5.
Yes.
Because I'm hating. Straight
All
hating in
right.
the red room.
It's gonna
In the
be
red
like
room, you hate.
we're gonna average that up to a 9, right? Was it 8.7?
Yeah, it's 8.8. We round
Yeah,
it
that's
up.
That's
to
a
9.
yes.
Highest rated episode so far. So go watch
Facts.
it.
Yo,
Facts.
but right word. But before we move on from this episode, I wanted to ask you guys, how do you guys feel? What do you guys think about Loki and Lady Loki Enchantress kind of like, being into each other? Is it weird because it's themselves or nah, we cool with that? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm with all the fuck shit. So I stand.
All right, there's nothing wrong with loving yourself. Come on, right?
Yeah. Or kind of like a Game of Thrones-esque weird sibling thing.
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
damn. That's
Not
crazy.
even.
Not even because like it's totally different realities. So fuck it.
Yeah.
They'll be alright.
Fucking Loki was fucking dope. We're excited, and nothing better was like then get this great episode of Loki, and then finally the next big Marvel movie we saw Black Widow. Let's get into it, guys. What's up? ¿Qué pedo?
All right. First off, I think the whole message of this movie was fuck the patriarchy.
Yes, it was.
Let's just get that shit out the way. Other than that, we have to get some things on record. So, like, just right out of the gate, without even talking about the story, this might be one of the greatest greatest action movies I have ever seen in my entire life. It's not the best MCU movie, but it's one of the best action movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And the best combination of female leads I've ever seen.
Hell yes. Hell yes, I agree. Because we've only really had 2 female-led films, which is Captain Marvel and this one. And this one was much, much better than Captain Marvel. And I liked it. I know you guys didn't like Captain Marvel that much, but like I liked it. No, but this movie was much better. And like you're saying exactly, it was the action was like from beginning to end, action fucking packed. Like they tried to do every kind of gimmick of like what's action like in classic action, like spy stuff, like James Bond, Bourne Identity type of action, like motorcycle chase. All right, check. Car chase,
flips,
check. Yeah, sure. Car flips, explosion. Yeah, running on buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, check. All right.
Close quarters
Airplanes.
combat in the kitchen.
In fact,
exactly.
Airplanes and like fucking like a shootout. At one point, David Arvin, the beginning of the movie, jumps, lands on his back on a running plane's wing, and sniper shoots an oncoming.
That's how the movie starts. Like,
That's how it starts. Fuck.
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to David Arbor for trading a shitty red suit for an even better red suit. From Daredevil to fucking Red Guardian. Good job. Dude,
from Daredevil. What?
No. From playing Hellboy.
Yeah.
from Hellboy to fucking Red Guardian.
DK Ben Affleck was like he was. Yeah,
I've never
was-
seen Hellboy, but I think he looked better in Hellboy than he does in this. But I think it was on purpose to make him look a little silly in this movie, but they could have
Right.
made it look a little bit cooler.
Oh no. But I mean his
His
performance. I
costume
think
looked like shit.
I think it was supposed, dude. He's the Russian Captain America.
But it
Everything
looked
that's like a
too
Russian
much
made.
like shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
damn.
It's that capitalistic agenda of the U.S. to go
Oh.
like, no, U.S. is better. We have better suits, better heroes.
Yeah.
Look at that Russian copy. Fuck that.
They made
No,
the Russian.
I agree though.
They made the Russian one, and they were like, "This works." But they don't.
And also
And
because after he spent so much time in prison, right? Because at the beginning of the movie, he looked pretty fine in his regular clothes, But then, like, he was a little bit silly later. But he's still a badass, though. I like seeing him. But yeah, so let's break down the movie. Fucking, we loved it. Action packed from the beginning to end. What were some of the scenes you guys fucking loved the most in the movie?
So one thing that I've been enjoying about like recent Marvel offerings, right, is that they're diving into character development that we haven't previously seen. like with the MCU shows on Disney. And I feel like we haven't really delved deep into the character of Natasha Romanoff at all. I mean, bits and pieces like in Age of Ultron,
Yeah,
but we
barely.
never got like the microscope. And here we get it. And I thought it had everything. You get her origin story, which obviously is epic. Right, you get like her past, like her family a little bit, or for that short time she had a family, what kind of training she had to go through, um and yeah, and you just get the character's like personal development arc, which if this will be her last performance as Black Widow, it's like the perfect way to send it off.
Shit, to be honest, yo, like the pandemic might have like kind of been like in her favor, because for the movie to drop after all those other movies, she got one of the best exits. It was like, boom, here's this awesome movie. I'm out. Fuck yeah. Like that, straight up. Give my money.
Yeah, word. I recently shared with the guys in our group chat that apparently Scarlett Johansson is saying like, nah, that she's good, that she's fine. She doesn't need to really make any other Marvel movie or anything like that. Which I get it, right? Too like she's been there for a while since Iron Man
Word.
2, right? Like shit, like
Really?
she's been there. So I get it, that she might be out, and that's why they were a big focus of the movie, and apparently, and we'll talk about later too with the como se llama, after credit scene, is that they're putting Yelena Belova, right, which was wonderfully fucking played by Florence Pugh, as the next mantle kind of Black Widow person to take on the character, a type kind of role. So I'd be okay with that. The only thing that I'm a little bit bummed about is like, you're right, it's a good exit for Scarlett Johansson. But how cool would it have been to have gotten this movie a few years ago or something, and then we could have had, I would have been down to watch a franchise, at least 2-3 movies of this whole Black Widow, story.
Dude, you know what I just realized? I also, like, just what you were talking made me fucking just think about this shit. Had we gotten the movie in order, her death would have hit us harder.
I think it was meant to come out after Endgame.
No, wasn't it? You sure? Was it? I thought it was before.
No, bro. It was supposed to come out after Endgame. It was supposed to be the first movie of the MCU, and it was supposed to be the first thing we got before the Disney Plus shows too.
Wait, whoa.
Wait, the first
Hold
one
on.
was
Wait,
Spider-Man.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. It was the next. But wait, Spider-Man was the ending to the phase.
It was the ending.
Wait.
Yeah.
But the events in this movie, begin these mad Hispanic accent. But the event in this, the events in this movie happen after Civil War.
Yeah. It's set in the past. Yeah.
Oh,
and then right before
that fucked
Endgame.
me up. I thought it was like a movie that was just due to just COVID. It was released out of like schedule.
Yo, due to COVID, since fucking like when did Civil War came
COVID.
out?
Listen, man,
bro, like
since 2016.
Oh, yeah, 16,
bro. Do some research.
It came out with Batman versus Superman.
You don't know how long we've been in COVID. Do some research,
bro.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So
Soviet.
Like the Marvel story was really cool, like the origin story, and then the kind of like the finishing of her arc, all in one movie. And then, like Chet said, the action. This is definitely up there with like the best action-packed movies you'll ever see. The fact that they were battling, the Taskmaster. Let's talk about this,
right?
Because again, Marvel is like at 10 and DC has like 3 points right now in the game because they're getting their characters out first. So I'm pretty sure this is what Deathstroke would be like. This guy was riding a tank. He had a bow. He had a sword. He had a shield. And he's like a super fighter. Like that's their version. And again, they got their version out first, and he just crushed it. Like he's like a Terminator kind of fucking character.
This is a spoiler buying the show.
Okay, so fans, Rod, for some reason, refuses to acknowledge that Taskmaster's a woman in this movie.
Word.
So he's right.
And I have a reason. Is because historically in the comic books, Taskmaster has always been a dude.
Tony Masters. That's the OG Taskmaster from the comic books. Yeah,
that's a cool last name.
Yeah, wait, quick side note. Didn't they do this in Ant-Man and the Wasp? Wasn't the ghost like a masculine character and then it was revealed to be a woman, or was it never that?
Well, in the
bugging.
comic books, yes, Ghost is male, but it was never very not very masculine. It was also very like a ghost looking. I
Yeah.
don't know, but like in the movie, I don't remember thinking like, oh, is it a guy or a
Okay,
girl?
okay.
Like
I'm like,
for
did I see this
Taskmaster
before
was a little
already?
bit more like also because Taskmaster is a bigger character than Ghost. You know, like Ghost I've read
Yeah.
in some Iron Man comics and here and there, like Dark Avengers for a minute or something, but like Taskmaster, like we've seen him in everything basically. Like he's been a main enemy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Bro, when they took off Taskmaster's helmet, Roddick was that's a man.
Yeah. So
He didn't care. He's like, nah, that's not the daughter.
spoiler alert.
Damn, we're
like
spoiled.
you don't know who Taskmaster is during the movie, but then they show you at the very end that so apparently the organization that kidnapped Natasha and programmed her, like some Russian organization called the Red Room, like the chief dude who is the patriarchy, right? His daughter, like
Yes.
in this Budapest arc that's referenced in previous MCU movies, like that's when I think if I got it right, that's when her and Hawkeye went there to like, try to take down the Red Room and they apparently killed her, but she didn't really kill her because the patriarchy revived her with fucking cybernetics and made her into a mimic. Dope shit, man.
Yeah. So
Mid
that
90s.
so and so that's one thing I like about it because I've seen like some people are apparently obviously online, the trolls out there some people hate this and they're like, how do you do this to my character? First of all, how is Taskmaster your character? Like, there's so
see what I mean?
What?
Yo, you see what I mean? Who are these human shits? They're human shits.
There's
They're
like
like,
one guy out there that loves Taskmaster, but even he should be open.
yo,
What's
bro,
wrong
to
with
quote,
you?
bro, to quote another powerful female lead from fucking fiction, D from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, those dudes are subhuman shits that are saying that. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, it makes no sense.
Yeah, like that's because honestly, like I like Taskmaster and I think he's a really badass character. And generally, I've seen him in the cartoons. He was in the Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man by Insomniac game, giving the training stuff to Peter Parker, and it's cool because he's a villain, but he's kind of not too. He's a mercenary primarily.
Yeah, he's a merc,
and he's got cool attitude and that kind of. But I don't care about him like that. Like it doesn't matter. I'm like. And for the story, it worked. And one thing I liked also the way, because apparently I was Googling it legit right now, that apparently he just has these abilities in the comic books that he can just mimic people's stuff after watching them for a little bit, and then he can do their exact same moves. And apparently, I think in the comic books, they never really explained it. Like, he's not a mutant, but maybe he got through experimentation. It's not really clear. Something I just found out. Apparently, he was born in the Bronx.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's why he can do that.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a Bronx boy, fucking a Bronx.
Finally.
I want to see that panel. The kid, like, how'd you get your powers? I was born in the Bronx.
Gotta eBay that issue right after we're done recording. I need that issue.
Yeah.
Before the price goes up. People figure it out.
Hell yes, you're right. But one thing I liked about the movie though, although I'm okay with them making a woman, I don't like that they made them Russian. I would have liked Bronx Taskmaster. That would have been fucking dope. But I like that it was a program, right? That they said at the beginning, can we activate the Taskmaster protocol or something? Which for me opens the door for other Taskmasters, no? That they might just use the same type of programming on somebody else. So you insults out there, chill. You can get a Tony Masters Taskmaster in the MCU, perhaps. It doesn't have to be just this woman that we saw in the movie who's a badass, who fucking kicked ass.
Yeah, the intro had shades of Bullseye from Daredevil. Taskmaster's intro.
Yes. Dude, you just fucking reminded. So I had mentioned when we were watching the movie that there were a lot of parallels between this movie and like the whole Metal Gear Solid franchise from Konami, from Hideo Kojima. So they're both like orphanage programs, right? They take in kids, they train them to be super soldiers and shit. Then they're both funded by the government. There's no way that the Red Room is not funded by the Russian government. That wouldn't make any sense if it was. It'd be wild if this was something fucking all these organizations. AIM is probably fucking funded by the US government or maybe by like the European nations because of MODOK and shit. It's all one big conspiracy. But anyway, so you just reminded me how Taskmaster reeks of Cyber Ninja with all the programming and the cybernetics and shit. Like, yo, I see heavy inspiration OD from Metal Gear Solid in this movie.
For sure.
Or just
it's
for
the
Metal Gear,
most
period.
Metal Gear Solid movie that exists right now until we
Facts.
get the
You know-
actual one.
Yeah,
Oh,
With
right.
Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
But yeah, but again, Marvel beats everybody to the punch. They're like, no, we already did it. And watch this be better than whatever they. I mean, not to pre-rate that one. I'm pretty sure this movie will be better than that one, just because this was like the action flick. Like,
Facts.
and like Scarlett Johansson's like the sprinkles on like a perfect ice cream cone. It's like, it's just magical. The whole thing was really cool. And again, and the fact that they tie in human trafficking, so it's kind of woke. There's a message in it. You
like
learn some
fucked
shit
up, man.
about
Yeah.
yourself at the end of it. You're like, damn, I'm a scumbag because I'm part of the patriarchy.
Yes.
But yeah, but otherwise though, fucking great experience.
And also, I just want to get it out there for the fans. Yo, here at the LOZ, we are anti-human trafficking.
Yo, for real, man. Why you want to traffic humans?
Yo,
Get a different
why?
hobby. Read some comic books, man.
Yes, exactly. And all of you out there who doing human trafficking, stop it right now. Thank you for listening, but stop right now. Go read a comic book and stop it, bro. Stop it. Jesus
What if he just
Christ.
keeps reading comics as he traffics more humans? Like,
Then what comics are you reading? Because they're not getting to you. The message of comics,
Yo.
they're not like you're.
Yo, it just made me think of something. So, when random thugs in warehouses are reading comic books and they see random thugs in warehouses getting beat up by heroes, do they assess their lives like what am I doing?
They're probably like, look, they're going to the. Hey, yo, bro, he looks like you. Look, getting his ass kicked by Captain America. That's gonna be you.
And they're like, you know what? Like, this warehouse does kind of like, what are we doing, Steve? Like, what are we doing here?
that's why I always find irony in like stealing comic books.
Damn, I did that once. Fuck, yo. I'm not gonna front. Front, yo. I have a tarnished comic record.
Damn, shit, man. That's all good, man. We love you. We forgive you, man. Shit.
What are we rating this?
No, but anyway, wait. One comment. Back to the Black Widow. The other thing I really liked about it is that honestly, I'm also, just because of the track record Marvel's had, I'm always very concerned when they're going to introduce somebody new. And then the way, even before seeing the movie, we got the rumors that they're trying to set, Florence Pugh character, Jelena Belova, whatever.
Yeah.
Setting her up to take on the mantle now, right? And so I was worried because I'm like, oh my God, like Scarlett Johansson's been great. Like, she's gained our trust and love. I love this character. I'm like, I loved her. The acting was awesome. I liked her. She's very different to Scarlett Johansson. I liked her humor. She was a badass in action as well.
Word.
Beautiful too. Obviously that helps too. That makes me interested. But like all of it, just like I even those scenes when she makes fun of fucking a Black Widow with the poses and that kind of stuff.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was awesome. And even in calling her out too, because she was also the one that had, I guess, more like emotion, because she was like, for her, this fake family was an actual family, and so she didn't like it when people were like saying it's not. And legit, she's like, where were you? Like, why didn't you find me? Right? Because you're fucking an Avenger, and then like, why didn't Captain America destroy the Red Room and all that kind of stuff and look for me? And Black Widow didn't really have a response, for that. She was kind of more like, well, I thought the Red Room was done. My bad.
Word, exactly.
I like that.
She stole the show, dude. Like, she was great. I'm ready for her to be the new Black Widow. However, I just have one caveat, one piece of advice for Feige. Feige, hear me out, bro. They should change her hair color because blondes are overrepresented in cinema. ScarJo was doing a good thing for redheads, and they should change her hair color. This is where I stand on that. But
She
other
goes
than
back
that,
to blonde at the end, though. Scarlett Johansson, because it's right
dang,
before.
you see what I'm
Infinity War.
saying? Look at that shit. Look at, I'm done with this life. I'm gonna go blonde. Like, no, that's fucked up.
Well, okay, I just got 2 points before I give my rating. All right,
Do it.
First, part of the actual plot is her literally Scarlett Johansson. It seems like passing on the mantle to this new actress that's gonna step in and like kind of take this role as the Black Widow. And another thing that I really like about this movie that I really haven't thought about, even after seeing Endgame, is that, we've been enjoying these characters forever. We read them in comic book format, and for all intents and purposes, they're immortal, right?
Yes.
Like they're going to outlive us most likely. the cinematic universe makes them human because now you have actual actors in this like career, because it's almost like a career run, almost like 12 years,
Yeah, word.
right? And then they bring the character to life, and then they see them through to the end, and they move on, and you get like new characters. So it's not like in the comic books, like if Peter Parker dies, you're gonna get him eventually back, and you have many ways to get him. But if like we spoke about like T'Challa, like him, like passing away, like we will never see that again, and we may never see Scarlett Johansson come back as Black Widow again. I mean, she did die and shit, but yeah, it just
Right.
occurred to me after seeing this movie that it's cool that these characters are kind of closing their storylines with these characters that they've literally given life and brought to
Yeah.
countless people. Man, it's ridiculous.
Facts, bro. Like, I completely agree. It's nice to see that these people are getting a chance to, like, legit right off into the sunset. We've yet to see a fucking contentious separation between actor and studio, or maybe behind the scenes. But from what it seems to us, is like people are finishing and they're like, all right, I'm done. Thanks. Like, they're bowing out at the end.
Yo, that's a beautiful point. You're right. Because when else have we, or where else have we gotten that? Like even when I know we get reboots and new people play Batman, new people will play Spider-Man, and that's typical. And I'm assuming down the road in the future, somebody else is gonna play Black Widow, like Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. Somebody else is gonna play her, right? We'll see that. But exactly, this one actor tied to the role, give a proper ending. Like we really haven't got other than I would say Christian Bale for Batman was the only one that we got, like that he got his story. He got his 3 movies. Tobey Maguire, like Spider-Man 3 kind of fucking flopped, man. So it's like he ended in with a in a bitter way, and Michael Keaton, came close, but it kind of just ended, right? Like it was just like not like, oh, okay, we just got 2 movies, but like these
Technically, he's not
characters
done yet, though.
Oh, yo!
Technically, we get to see where that's at. So it's like,
yeah, like there's swan songs.
DC's changing it. Yeah, DC's changing the game a little bit, like bringing back other actors. But yeah, what I mean is that I don't think we'll see Natasha Romanoff for a very long time.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
who knows when MCU will hit the reset button, like legitimately. Like I guess a new Tony Stark would be the first character to like be whatever in a rebirth or reboot or whatever. But then I don't see them doing that. They have so much history; they could just keep going.
No, exactly. And what's gonna be tricky with the MCU is like exactly when they do stuff like that where they kill the character, right? Like Black Widow, Tony Stark died, right?
Yeah.
But then we have people like Chadwick Boseman, who regrettably, he passed away. But the character T'Challa still lives in the MCU. So like in those kinds of situations, I would rather them cast the recast the actor for Black Panther to keep T'Challa alive. But hopefully but you're right. Like if all the other actors, like for example, if Chris Hemsworth is able to play Thor for many more years,
he's going to.
Then I would rather they properly end this story, right? Rather than cast a new Thor if he's still living, like in a round.
You imagine Chris Hemsworth actually plays to the point that he becomes Odin. He becomes Thor, the All-Father. Yo, Chris Hemsworth that might be the biggest come up in the MCU. Fuck, going from like an unknown Australian actor, you get all those Thor movies, Avengers movies, all that shit, and you end up being fucking the king of Asgard.
Actually, and I'm glad you bring this up. This is the one news point that we got. We've had some slow news weeks, people, like last week and this week. But the one news point, though, that will change what we're talking about right now is that apparently Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige have decided to no longer do long-term contracts for actors for the films. So meaning, for instance, that was a whole thing, right? With Captain America and Tony Stark and Endgame, their contract was ending, right? And so they were not really they had renewed it once, I think, before, and then that was it, right? Because they're locked in for fucking 5 films or more, and then like they also have to do cameos here and there and that kind of stuff, and they're no longer gonna do that. So there's a chance, like for instance, I don't know, Jonathan Majors is gonna play Kang, right? And Florence Pugh is playing, the new Black Widow. What happens, like if in two years from now they're like, nah, I'm good, I don't want to do this movie anymore. We're gonna have to get it. They have to cast a new person to play the character rather than I don't know. It's
Yeah.
gonna make it different. It's gonna look different. I think.
We're gonna see how it goes, man. All right, but let's not dilly-dally any longer. Down to the data, the meat and potatoes of the shit. I give it an 8.5.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I love this film. I think it's one of the best out there from the Marvel. It's not the I wouldn't say in the top 3 for sure, but it's definitely better than, for example, for me, it's better than all the Ant-Man films, better than Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Like, it's probably what other movie is worse than this from the Marvel?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh yes, I didn't like that one too much. Exactly. So that's
there are
below
too
that.
many movies now.
Yeah, you gotta think. Iron Man 3 too. This is better than Iron Man 3 in my mind.
For sure.
Iron Man 2 wasn't the best.
Is it a top 5?
Which one? This one, Black Widow.
Yeah.
I would say so. I don't know. Possible. Yeah, because the action was so fucking dope. And it was a good story, beginning to end.
Yeah, definitely a sequel to the Winter, like unofficial spiritual sequel to the Winter Soldier, which is like in my top 3. So yeah, this one might crack top 5, but I'm gonna go with the 8.5 also.
All right, so we
got rounds up, right?
We got to do the math. What is it? People got calculators up. So what? We got 8.5. 8.5.
Okay, that was a white drum roll.
Word.
It's 8.6. So rounds up to 9.
What?
All right.
Yes.
And ScarJo leaves on a mic drop. Thank you, Scarlett Johansson.
There's one thing we didn't talk about, though, although it won't change the review, the after credits scene. What do you all think of that? We see Madam Hydra not recruiting. Apparently, she's been working already with Yelena Belova.
Bro, Dark Avengers, you called it a while back. That's what's happening. They got their US agent, they got their Black Widow. We're gonna see who the other replacements are.
Right. They need like a tech guy. They need
You mentioned it yesterday when we were here, right? You were saying Abomination.
Oh yeah. And mind you, I want to make this prediction on paper, like, well, on record. Fucking, who's he fighting? Wong is gonna beat the Abomination, and then Madam Hydra's gonna show up and be like, "How much for the thing or whatever?" Like, you know what I mean? To like buy him off or some shit, and that's how they're gonna add him. Or go like, hey, so are you tired of just fighting for scraps? Some shit like that. She's gonna approach Abomination in the Shang-Chi film.
Word. I'm fucking down for that. One thing I would also love to see, especially after seeing Black Widow, I really like William Hunt, right? That's his name, the actor who plays fucking Thunderbolt Ross. I would love to see him as the Red Hulk. Like, I like him as fucking Ross. Like, he needs to become the Red Hulk, and I would love to see him as in the Dark Avengers with Madam Hydra.
And he's been consistent since Eric Bana, right?
No.
Oh no, not Eric Bana. No.
The MCU one, the Incredible Hulk with.
So since the second one forward, he's been Ross, right?
Right, yeah. But it's the first one of the MCU movie.
Oh,
though. So yeah. Eric Bana is not part of the MCU.
Right.
Who's more epic? Thunderbolt Ross or Sam Lane?
Thunderbolt Ross.
Which Sam Lane? From Superman Lewis right now from the show?
General.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, General Ross. Or General Lane, yeah, from Superman Lewis.
Yeah. I don't know. I would go from these incarnations on the TV. I would have to go with Lane.
Damn, that's epic. All right.
Because we've only gotten a little bit of here and there of Thunderbolt Ross, and he's just ass, you know.
But when Ross shows up, though, it's like he's wielding that hammer. It's never just Ross; it's a fucking caravan that he's in.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll take Lane too. Yeah. He's a more epic 5-star general.
Yeah, but we're looking forward to that. It's exciting to see Madam Hydra being like the Nick Fury of because I feel because Nick Fury was the connective tissue building everything to Avengers pretty much. Yeah. You know, I feel that Madam Hydra is going to be that next person, right? Because she's recruiting these people. There's these scenes, and it's all going to lead up to some epic thing. Maybe it'll lead to Young Avengers versus the Dark Avengers or some shit like that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, and really also hanging your hat.
In both those characters, Thunderbolt Ross and General Lane, the main character dates their daughter.
Word. Damn.
You're right. Yeah.
Fucking analysis. I should maybe take pause.
DC and Marvel, man.
They make the same stories.
Yeah, word.
They make the exact same.
It's a yin and yang. It's a yin and yang. It's a balance. We need them. Shit. It is what it is. We love them both. Fuck it, man. Shit. On that note, friends, lovers, countrymen. Love you guys. Always a pleasure. Always an honor. This is Chaz.
Yo, this is Miguel.
That's right. Peace.
Deuces.
Peace.